Yes, people, welcome back to another AFTV Live. I'm back in the room. I haven't seen the man next to me in a very long time. Goes by the name of Guna Lee Wagwan.
Listen, I've
just been updating him on everything.
Listen, yeah, I love Cecil, man. When I was Cecil, bro, my life was complete, bro.
Stop.
Listen, but you know that little emoji. It's in the hand. I just see when I see Cecil, I'm like, yo,
Stop.
Listen,
No,
man.
but big up you
guy,
because
man.
every time I see you, bro, like the energy is mad. We do that laugh, we do that
It's
smile. Because do you know what it is? When you get carried away sometimes with Arsenal,
Listen, man.
with how good things are, but we try and suppress it a little bit. I look at him, I'm like, don't do it, because there's still a long time to go and stuff. But there's a good feeling at the moment. But yeah, man.
But you got a T-shirt that I need though. You've got a certain T-shirt with a certain team at the top. Hey, and he posted it at Christmas time, and I need that T-shirt, but. We're not gonna talk too much.
We're talk,
I just want the plug. That's all. Listen.
Right,
I want to be shameless.
You know what?
Bro.
Everyone is actually confident in that, but a lot of people say there's a lot of hate around it. But it's just at the time I mentioned it. I brought it up on here when I first ordered it. I said I'm gonna wear it for a month because it's the month we're at the top of the table. But I'm not saying we're gonna win the league. I still don't think we will. I still think City will do it because they've gone so far with Liverpool before. But I just ordered it because it's a month. I'm away. I was gonna go around the world. And I want people to know. This is where we're at. And then when people say, oh, he's put Arsenal, I'm like, bro, look where we are right now. Last day was obviously Christmas, so I wished everyone a Merry Christmas. And that video is going crazy. But I made the top. I made it myself.
Okay, cool.
on like a moonpig sort of thing.
Listen,
so, but don't worry. Hopefully, I don't think we'll win it. But if we do, all the haters, it's going to be sick. I can't even imagine what we'll be like.
Listen, man, I've said I'll cry on stream. I don't mind, bro.
Frimpong, quickly before you go in, Frimpong, I saw him at Brighton away. I said to him, what if we win? He goes, I will be in tears, bro. So I think a lot of us grown people is
I'm going to cry, bro. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time coming, if it happens.
No, it'll be amazing. It'll be a crazy, crazy time. I can't even imagine the streets will be filled and boy, the other fans will get it. But let's get into some of the news today. There's a lot to do. Well, there's a few things to flip through. I haven't seen Lee in a while, so there's a lot to talk about. But the main thing that literally just popped up, Arsenal have been charged, and you can see the title, Arsenal being charged, really. This was over, obviously, the Newcastle match, which we'll go back through. That final handball, that appeal that the team made. We've been charged by the way the players have reacted, and do you know what? It brings on a load of conversation around how Arteta is on the touchline, how our players are. The original title for this show was going to be, do teams know how to stop Arsenal now? And that was due to the fact of like the time wasting that Newcastle were doing, the bullying, trying to bully the players, the fouling, the taking down Saka, and sometimes getting away with it. This is what the whole show was going to be about. But now this has come up. It does breed that conversation anyway. But let's talk about FA. Well, firstly, was it a handball for you? Let's go with that. That's where we're starting. And people watching, was it a handball?
Was the one that we've been charged for, the second one, I'm going to actually say no. Okay. I genuinely don't think it was a handball. I think that the first incident with Gabriel where he got pulled, that was a clear and obvious penalty. But I just think that, like when the guy's defender's hand was the Newcastle defender's hand was so close to his body, the balls come at such speed. I just think it's very hard for the defender to get his arm away from the ball. Yeah. Now, some people could say, well, his arm was a little bit away from his body, but I just think that sometimes you also have to take into consideration that that's a natural position. That is a natural movement, to get your arm out a tiny bit. And people maybe I think are exaggerating a little bit too far as how far away his arm was. I would have to probably see it again just to make sure that I'm not talking nonsense, but I do think that it was actually fine. I'm not gonna go too biased with Arsenal with that decision, but I do think overall the referee was so poor that it wouldn't have shocked me if the penalty was given, because he was given so many other decisions which were wrong in my opinion with the amount of yellow cards that he gave to Newcastle and to Arsenal. So listen, man, ultimately, we know that referees are incompetent. We know that they're not good, so you can't even trust them. You can't trust VAR because even when they look over it, they still get decisions wrong. The main issue that I had is that it didn't go to VAR. Right. That was my main problem.
The first one?
Both of them. Neither of them went to VAR, and that's my issue. Every clear and obvious decision should be going in the penalty box like that, should be going to VAR. And it's like they pick and choose. And that's what my issue is with it. But if you're asking me the question if that was an actual handball, I don't actually think it was.
I like that you said that. I like you being honest with that because listen, I've started to watch Match of the Day now because we've been very, very successful this season so far. So I'm starting to enjoy Match of the Day, and they agreed with you. They said the first one definitely was a penalty in the box and the pull on Gabriel, but the handball wasn't. They said the proximity was too close, which you just mentioned there. But I've seen them given. This is why.
That's the thing.
This is why I have. Listen, maybe it's just because I'm an Arsenal fan why I wanted it given, and I probably think it should have been a handball. But it's because I've also seen them given, and the fact that the FA have charged us for it, to me, is outrageous because it's the dying minutes of a game where Newcastle came tactically to just be defensive and negative, and it's the last minute that can get the win. I don't see what the players did. They surrounded the ref, but I see players surround the refs all the time. I don't know what was so different to this compared to any other game that's made us get a charge for the reaction to the referee.
Do you know what though? On a wider perspective of it all, and I'll come back to why I think we got charges. I do think as a team we did lose our control. We did lose our kind of temperament, and I think that's actually the reason why we didn't win the game. You saw we were playing into Newcastle's tactics. The fact that they were playing. Sometimes you just got to get through it. You know, like you don't have to do some of the pullbacks. You don't have to do. And I think we got caught by Newcastle's stupid antics. I think, and I think then when you get to the dying moments, you got to keep your head. You got to keep your head. And look, we should not have been charged by the FA. Like, but again, that's just the incompetence of the FA. Where I do think that Arsenal have kind of let themselves down in that game because we have been so composed and we have been so good as a team. The issue that I've seen is in that game, I just felt that we lost our heads a little bit. Xhaka, who's been absolutely fantastic throughout the season.
Yeah, careful what we say here. Here we go. Xhaka's been very good.
But he actually lost his head pulling back the defender. I think I think Joe Willock was going through and he pulled him back. He got a yellow card. Yeah. And he actually could have got sent off in the game from another tackle that he did after. I just think that some of our players, we kind of did some really silly things in that game. And it was unlike Arsenal because all season we've been fantastic. So listen, man, I just think, should we be in charge? No, but I just think the way the flow of the game was going and Arsenal kind of just letting Newcastle get one up on us led to that moment.
Okay, let's. I'm gonna, like I said before, there was a show title about do people know how to stop Arsenal now, right? And you kind of, I'm trying to stay away from it because we could use it for another show, but I want to talk about it because I feel like you've touched on it there. We said we lost our heads. Now, is it becoming a theme? Because when I spoke with Robbie about this, he was adamant that it was, no, we just need depth. That's all we need. We need signings and this wouldn't happen. But in a sense, when we played Southampton, I don't even remember, there was elbows to Martinelli. They were physical. They got away with life in that game. Yeah, and it actually, I watched it back and it infuriated me watching it back. Man United, we lost to them. There wasn't many physical, well, Lisandro Martinez was very physical in the back of players, but that I'm not going to put it down to, but there was a ref decision that should have stood, but it didn't, and we lost the game in that sense. Do you think, Lee, right, going forward now then, that's going to be the tactic against Arsenal? They're going to just try and frustrate us, and do we have the answers for that?
Right, so the Southampton game was a real anomaly at the time because we were winning so many games prior and after that as well. So I think that's just a standalone game. The Newcastle game, sometimes you have to give credit to the team, you know.
I like that.
Sometimes you have to look at them. I think it's 17 games they've played, and I think they've only conceded something like 9 goals. Bro, like, that is a very good defence. No matter if the names aren't good, there are no Van Dijks there. There are no John Terrys from a couple of years ago. There's no Sol Campbells.
No Ruben Diaz.
There's no Ruben Diaz isn't of these ages. But you've got Fabian Schär and you've got what's the other centre back's name? Botman. Sorry. They are very, very good centre backs, and they are very, very solid. And then they've shown they've only and think about it, they conceded 3 goals in one game against Man City as well. So I just think that sometimes you have to give them a little bit of credit. Do I think people have worked us out? No, I just think that Newcastle were very good, and in the first 15 minutes we should have scored 1 or 2 goals. We had some really good opportunities.
Very true.
I'm not gonna go too far. I think Arsenal are absolutely excellent, and people can try what Newcastle did, but they ain't got the quality that Newcastle have.
Okay. Let me just piggy the back off that with this one. Now, this comment has been hidden because it's been held for review, but I've seen it and I want to read out from L2022S. Arsenal fans acting like setting up defensively is a crime. Stop bitching. You got shut down. Simple. Now, it's a rude way to go about it. But I'm giving credit. I'm glad you said about Newcastle because I want to give credit to Newcastle because like I said, they came with a game plan. As much as you may have seen Ty getting very angry with the Newcastle fans saying Eddie Howe. He said he was going to come here and he's going to play. He was going to open up and play, right? Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. But if you're a manager, you're not going to. You may say that in the press conference, but then that could be tactics as well to say, this is what we're going to do, but don't actually do that. So I have to big him up in the sense that he came, he had a game plan, and it worked. And the reason why it frustrated me that we didn't get a result, even though I predicted a draw, we didn't get actually the 3 points, was because we're at home. I do worry about now, and it's man saying now in this day and age, Newcastle's fearful to go to. But St James's Park, well, last season we saw it, and now how well they did against the Emirates. Like we haven't lost the Emirates. Now going there, I'm thinking, we have to be another level when we go there, because you're right, defensively they did a job on us.
I think also you have to think about this, right? And again, I don't want to be that fan that goes, we're missing players. But I just think in a game like that, you need a Jesus. And Nketiah was fantastic. Listen, Nketiah was he's my boy.
No, he's doing well.
Listen, Nketiah is my guy, but I just think you needed a little bit more of a deeper link-up play. You needed someone who's got that intricate pass, that final, that tiny bit of skill that can go jinkle through a couple of players and then play that ball, or even a fantastic finish that he did against Leicester City out of nothing. And Nketiah is absolutely excellent in what he does when he's in the box. But he hasn't got all the other things, all the attributes that Jesus has got. And I think someone like him was really instrumental in that game, and we just didn't have him. And sometimes I just think you have to give the other team credit. They came, they had a game plan, they wanted to stifle us, they wanted to do the extra stuff, they wanted to keep the ball out of play, they wanted to make tactical fouls, and it worked. And unfortunately, Arsenal, we didn't do enough ourselves. I don't think Martinelli was his vibrant self. I don't think Saka was fully his vibrant self. I don't think Odegaard was his vibrant self. So I also think that we just have to say, do you know what? We take the point. We've learned from that, because last season we would have lost that game. 2 seasons ago we would have lost that game.
100%.
Brighton at home was a kind of game. Southampton away, I think, was it 3 games?
Yeah,
Crystal Palace. We would have lost those. We would have definitely lost that game last year, because we would have gone whole for it.
Yeah.
We're getting better. We're getting smarter. Take the point and leave. You know, and I just think that people are going to go and say that, Arsenal have been caught out and been found out now. Listen, come pack him to the Emirates. I'm looking at all you other teams. Come pack him to the Emirates. Man United, Man City, them man are getting smoked. They're putting
chest, yeah.
Listen, troops, I know you're on the reefer. Listen, all of them teams are putting that pack, big one. Listen, man.
I hear that. I like this energy.
I'm not worried about no team coming to the Emirates, man.
I like that energy. I think I do worry about teams coming to the Emirates and doing what Newcastle did, but like you said before, they might not have the quality.
They don't have the quality. They don't.
Yeah. But then what is the answer to it? Because this is what me and Robbie were arguing today in the office. He was just saying we need more signings, because when Arteta looked at the bench, which this I believe, he looked and thought no one's coming on here and winning the game. When he's looked back at the bench, obviously we've made a sub with Tomiyasu, but that was more of a defensive substitution. But now if we get Mudryk, a Felix, those players can come in and change the game. And for the defenders, when they've been concentrating on a game plan of a certain 11. Once that's distorted by bringing in someone different who's maybe on a different foot, that concentration level may dip, and that's when you find openings. So that might be the answer. But is there any other answer then to teams that will come there and just sit back? Other than
getting the players in, I mean, take your chances.
Yeah.
Bro, I can think of 3 or 4 clear-cut opportunities. Odegaard in the first minute, a couple of minutes, flashed over the bar. Nketiah's last minute shot in the last couple of minutes. Xhaka kind of had a fluff shot. Saka had a shot. Listen, we had chances to put that game well and truly out of bed. And in the first 15 minutes, I was like, we're winning 2-0.
Yeah.
I actually was thinking, I couldn't even get to the game because it was train strikes. So I had to watch it at home. And I'm like, we're going to smoke them. I could hear the crowd. They were backing it.
Yeah.
Listen, I was feeling good. And unfortunately, as I said, we have to take a little bit of fault, because we went our absolutely amazing self that we've been against the likes of Liverpool. We didn't play like we played against Liverpool. No way. You can't. There's no comparison between the 2 games. So I think Arsenal needs to take a bit of flack with our finishing and our sort of build-up play. And also Newcastle, they defended well. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's crisis at the moment. I see everybody online talking, now Man City are hunting us, and they're hunted. 2 days ago, Haaland left and he didn't even leave with his tool bags. Man was talking about hunting Arsenal. And then they fluffed their lines against Everton, and it's a long season. It's a long season, man. So
we're not even halfway through yet.
I'm feeling good, man.
Do you know what? I remember coming home that night after long night. I was doing fan cam, speaking to the fans and that, and I remember coming in and my mum was there. She was up waiting for me. It was early hours of the morning. I was upset about the result. Yeah. And my mum said something. She said, Arsenal can't win every game. And I was like, no. Do you know what? You're actually right. Yeah, you're right. You're not going to win it. And we didn't even lose. But I just felt deflated because, I feel like we're at home. It's Newcastle. But she's right. We're not going to win every game. We're not going to win every game.
And sometimes, you know what? I'll be honest with you. It can be a negative. But sometimes you need to drop a point or drop 2 points here or there to kind of say, do you know what? Reset.
Yeah.
game heads on.
The focus back in.
Focus is there. Now look, you could look at the other one and say, well, like, yeah, we should be focused anyway. But sometimes you might be feeling yourself, bro. Like sometimes you look in the mirror, you're like, yeah, like I'm the guy, I'm this whatever. Like no one can tell me nothing. And yeah, like I just think that needs to be played into it as well, man. So look, there's so many positives to take out of the game, like from where we were last season, where we are now. We're still 5 points clear, man.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's still
mad.
Haaland's got all of these goals, and we're still 5 points clear, bro. And I think it's only a goal difference of +3 for Man City. That's the difference.
And Haaland's doing all that madness and
all of that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, it's a long season. I do want to ask you just quickly before I just read one super chat and two, the statement. We're obviously here because we've been charged by the FA, so that's the main news of today. Out of the next 2 games, league games, how many points do you expect? That's Tottenham away, Man United at home.
Right. Nah. That's hard, man. You know what? You know with the Tottenham one, why it's hard is because, bro, even when we went invincible, we were struggling against them.
Hey, it's a North London derby.
It's a North London
bro,
derby.
anything can happen. And it's at their place.
So I'm just saying, like, for us to go there with the expectation, even though they're crap, they've been in worse positions and we've struggled. We struggled to actually win, not lose, because we didn't lose, but we would draw. Even, what was it, 2-2, Perez and I think Patrick Vieira streaming in. Like, it happens, bro, sometimes. So I think the North London derby, I would love to get a win there. We've not won at the stadium.
For 8 years. We have won at
the new stadium. So I think that I would.
So would you take a draw?
I would take a draw only because I think our record and the heightened point of it is we're top. Tottenham don't want us to win the league, so they're going to go all full. I think it's more to do with Arsenal not winning the league than Tottenham getting top 4. That's how important the game is for them.
Yeah, I hear that. Oh, that's an interesting.
I don't think it's like a Tottenham. They need to win the game to get top 4 because I think they know they're done. I think they, as a club, I think they know this season they go right off.
But also, it's a long season enough to say they could potentially get it, but it damages our chance of definitely getting top 4.
To win the league. Yeah, to win the league. So
that makes sense.
I look at it like that. But where I do go with it, I'm just like I'm a little bit like, yeah, if we can get a win, that'll be amazing. The Man United game, we have to win.
Yeah.
We have to win because
they're on the up though. They are hitting form.
They are, but bro, it's more of a personal vendetta because Flex.
Oh my god, the laugh.
Flex.
We made him away.
Listen, bro. I know he's related to Robbie. Listen, I know he's related to Robbie in that, but listen, Flex.
Are you coming for them if him and KG if you win?
No, it wasn't even KG. It was Cams, bro.
Oh yeah.
It was Cams and Flex. But what it was it was Flex.
He came for you on that fan cam.
He did the fan cam on his channel and AFTV, and I'm like, Robbie, how you letting a man dump on me, bro? But anyway, listen.
And you weren't even there.
And I wasn't even there to respond. Listen, but don't worry, man. You know what, Flex? I see you doing your thing. I ain't seen you for a minute. So when I see you, listen, and we're gonna be local. We're gonna be there that whole day. I'm gonna be at the stadium, definitely 100%. And listen,
it's gonna be a madness.
It's gonna be.
Guy
listen, man. Listen, I'm telling you now, Flex, you're holding something stiff.
Yeah,
listen, no. Take that pause away. It's 2023, but no, he's getting no.
Don't put me in that clip.
You're moving like Turkish.
I'm so aware now. No, I hear it. But yeah, Flex. Listen, all the United fans, we
have to beat Man United though. We all banter aside, we have to beat Man United just I think because we're at home. And
but if they come and do what Newcastle did,
I don't trust their defense. I know they've got a good defense currently.
They do,
but I think that we've got enough to. They're not
gonna come and play. I don't think they're gonna try because anything that comes to try and come, especially Emirates, tries to come and play against us.
No, I think we've got their number. Like we've beat Man United a lot of times in the last couple of seasons, home and away. I think we beat them. What was it, 2-3 seasons ago? Aubameyang scored the penalty.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel confident. I think Casemiro, but Partey should be there.
Oh God.
Like I feel confident, man. I feel confident that we should beat them.
Okay, let me run through these super chats just quickly. Big up everyone that's joined us. It's going to be a very fun-filled live. KD with a super chat. Big up KD, a regular here. Says we need 2 signings to show we are in control of the race. Does 2 signings? You can't predict who wins us the league, but is 2 signings enough for the league? Like, does it need to be 2 or 3 signings? You need like a Felix, a Mudryk, and maybe listen. I'm hearing Declan Rice a lot recently.
I don't know why, but
serious. We're gonna get. That's part of the talk anyway in today's show. So we'll get into that. But 2 signings. It does show that we're serious about the race for the title, but does it make us, If
we get the 2 signings, as that super chat said, I'm saying we're winning the league. 100%. Like I'm almost guaranteeing. I'm not gonna say 100%, but I just think that if we're doing what we're doing now, Newcastle, if we bring on a Felix, we take off Martinelli, Saka and Nketiah, and we bring on a Felix, a Mudryk, ESR. Are you joking? Bro, no.
That's a mad thing.
You see the difference between Man City and us yesterday?
Yep.
Man City could bring on 150 million pounds worth of talent. They brought off Foden, who's a homegrown talent. They brought on Jack Grealish. They had Julian Alvarez just chilling on the bench.
Bro,
World Cup winner that you were watching. You were watching game in, game out.
In Argentina.
In Argentina, with the man them out there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like, you know how good he is because they know how good he is. Yeah, and they know that he's a proper striker. And he's the one of the instrumental players that kind of won them the World Cup with his goals. And he's just chilling on the bench. They also brought on... who was the other guy that they brought? Oh, Mahrez they brought on. Yeah. Bro, they just got mad.
Even the youngsters, Rico Lewis, like they had their 2 youngsters come on as well.
Mad.
Like, they got depth.
And for me, I'm just like, if we had 2 players that we could bring on, not Fabio Vieira, who I think that he still needs to get acclimatized to the league. I think Arteta still needs to be shown that he can be trusted by Fabio Vieira. Bro, if we bring in those 2 players, the league. I had a conversation with someone as well, and I kind of was a little bit wary of the whole Felix thing because I don't know whether he's got that high motor. But someone said to me, and I kind of agree, if Arteta gets his hands on him and kind of molds him,
he's next level.
I think the quality, I think the quality of that guy
I'd love Felix.
Is different, man. Like, and yeah, last season I think against Liverpool for Atletico Madrid, sent them packing a couple of goals. Listen, I think he's got some real.
I'm not doing the whole talk about João Felix too much because I want him so bad that like I just don't want to get my hopes up.
I'll be honest, I'm more confident of João Felix than Mudryk.
Swear.
I'm more confident.
Do you know what? Just from the energy I got from when I saw the board in LA, little plug. I'm confident we'll get. But we're gonna make this. We're gonna definitely get Mudryk, but I think we'll get more than one. I keep saying it. I think we'll get 2.
I think we get 2. I genuinely do think if we don't get Mudryk, I think we're definitely getting Felix anyway. I just got this feeling where I think they're trying to get the Mudryk thing done because I don't think that Shakhtar. I don't think Arsenal want Shakhtar to know that we've got too much money, and I think that they're trying to say, do you know what? Let's just get that one done, so then we don't have to Atletico Madrid know that we've got too much money. Like, it's hard though. It's playing against each other.
It's hard, and also people might have seen this online, but the Kroenkes just got announced as the richest people in sport. That's mad. Like I know there's obviously states and whatnot, but actually like a person, I think Stan Kroenke got nominated. It was all going around online. It's like just spend some money. So. But yeah, no, you're right, bro. I've got a comment here. It says Charles Lucas says talk that Lee, or talk that talk Lee.
My guy, man.
Phil Cole says Cecil randomly. What's Thierry's middle name? Daniel, that is, by the way, because I'm a big Thierry fan.
It is Daniel.
I don't know why he's sent out a few times in the chat. But yeah, big up. Elijah Reyes with a super chat says Mike Tyson said everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. That is facts. The first 20 minutes was that punch. Enough of that giving them Geordies props. So he's saying. Okay, well, yeah, the first 20 minutes, we should have punished. If we scored then, again, you're right, that is actually a great point to say. Once you get punched in the face, your game plan changes, depending on how hard the hit is. But it's the same, if we score, your game plan has to change because you can't sit back. You have to open out a bit, but we didn't. So I guess that goes down to, we should have taken the chances.
Yeah, we should have had, we had some real good chances, man. And I think, look, Arsenal are such a good team that's the level that we're at right now. We're at the level where we're now so disappointed that we've dropped 2 points against Newcastle, little old Newcastle from up north, because we didn't win the game and because we've set such high levels. You know, like nobody in the world, no other teams can say, do you know what, Arsenal ain't doing their thing. No one can say we're not playing football. That is absolutely sublime. No one can say anything and that's where we're at right now. We are playing absolutely Harlem Globetrotters football.
Yeah, facts.
No one wants to kind of,
and no one's even admit it as well. Like I think people get feared to say that Arsenal playing the best football currently in the league. Like people hold back on saying it because they know City's in the league and whatnot, and there's other teams with good players, but that is the fact. And there's a comment here from Alan Shima says, Cecil, the world's against Arsenal. And sometimes it feels like that. Yeah. Like refs getting charges. We're over celebrating. Yep. It's too like it always feels like that.
You know what? The wonderful thing about AFTV is even before I was on AFTV, is people always had this negative stigma around AFTV. And when you come here and you meet the people and you see how genuine and how much we love Arsenal, you realise that everyone just loves Arsenal and wants Arsenal to do well.
Facts.
But and when I say that is, I don't really like to talk about negative things on AFTV because I just think it brings a negative light. But
of course.
the Richard Keys of the world, where he's talking about Arteta saying he's a nasty person, he's this and that, he annoys me and all of these things because he comes out of his technical area, because he cares about his players, because he wants to help his players get forward and he wants to give them more information. And he's sitting there in the UAE. Apparently, I mean, I don't even want to talk about his business, but the stuff that he's done outside of football and why he's in the UAE himself, listen, let's not go into that too much.
No, but people, it's part of the show. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to it.
Go and do your research about Richard Keys and what he did in the UK and why he's in the UAE and how he's... Listen, just do your research. I don't want to say too much, but listen, when we talk about Arsenal, right, and right now is everybody is against Arsenal because truthfully, we're probably the most annoying fans on Twitter. We're probably the most annoying fans on social media. And that's why people hate us. People don't like us because of that. And I said, listen, you think Morocco celebrated well in Edgware Road? You think Argentina was celebrating when they won the World Cup?
No, that was
if Arsenal win the Arsenal win the Prem, it's like, bro, listen. You, man, don't want to see Arsenal winning the Premier League, bro, because celebrations... Listen.
I'll be honest. Being in Argentina, when they won the World Cup, seeing that level of hysteria and fandom, it was like World War III on the streets.
People don't want to see Arsenal win.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I've seen it and I want to replicate that sort of emotion.
Listen, man, you will see Matisse come back to Arsenal. You will see Daps come from Man City back to Arsenal. You will see Tobes come from Spurs to Arsenal. Flex, X. Hey, listen, every single undercover Arsenal fan that used to support Arsenal and had their little seat back in the day. I used to support Arsenal, but then I realised I don't want to support. Listen, they'll be back.
They'll be back. You'll see Harry Kane there with his top as well. He'll be back there on the parade.
They'll be crawling, man. They'll be crawling back. I'm telling you, people don't want to see Arsenal win the league, man. They don't.
It'll be mad. I want to read a super chat here. Saint Anthony says, love, by the way. You see that Zinchenko comp and how many line-breaking passes he done. Stop the vid after Zinc reaches the... there it is. Zinchenko reaches the man he played it to. So many 5-on-4s. 100 needed Jesus and more goal threat from Xhaka's position was a super chat there. Thank you.
Without the slander on Xhaka, I had this conversation today. We can't put slander on Xhaka's name, bro.
No, it can't. It becomes an agenda that.
And I'm not saying he did. I know the super chat. He didn't actually come across like that, but I don't want people putting slander on Xhaka's name, bro. This guy got 2 in a row. I think he got for Arsenal. Player of the months, bro. Like the guy has been fantastic, man. Like he's turning up, he's doing his job, he's improving. Like he had a bad game, well, parts of a bad game against Newcastle, but that's his first bad game. Even parts of last season, he was really good standing up.
Oh, he was
bro,
really
like
good last
he's
season.
Been very good, man. And listen, everyone's got their opinion, but we got to look at it on face value. Like, bro, one game in isolation of poor play, it doesn't make the man. Like, he's been very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be that and across the board. Like, I think I remember speaking to fans about Eddie Nketiah after he scored 2 and 2. I was like, what more can he do? But they're like, yeah, I know, but he's just not. I was like, I know he's not Jesus, but you can't just say he's not this and he's not good. Like, come on, like he scored 2 and 2. Like, and obviously, he didn't score against Newcastle, but he didn't have a bad game. Let's be real with
straight up agendas,
so just give the boy, like, get behind him. And I know fans will always say, listen, we're behind the players, but really feel like try and commit to it in the sense of like, imagine how good he'll be if everyone was just behind him. He's clearly a confidence player. And listen, big up Eddie. And for now, that's what we got. I keep saying to people, what's the solution? And people keep saying, oh, maybe put Martin Elliott up front. But no, we know Eddie's there. Arteta trusts in him. I've said this many times. Even when he wasn't signing the contract and was looking to leave, Arteta was still like, no, we want him to sign. So for me, I trust Arteta a lot more. From what we're seeing, I don't see why you wouldn't. But yeah, so that's why sometimes you just got to give him the props. And I want to go to the stuff that Richard Key says. I'm not going to touch on it too much, but I do want to talk about this whole Arteta being over animated in his touchline, coming out of his touchline, running up and down, non-stop instructions. And again, it's been put in the media on a negative spin. I'm not going to do that because I love it. Because I remember the times when Wenger was in charge and he should just sit back and when we were getting beat and he just made substitutions at the 70th minute, it was too late. And there was no like urgency of him standing up and being like, no, we need to, none of that. And for me, you want to see that. You want to see that. I'm not saying Wenger didn't care because of course he did, but now I see from Mikel Arteta, and I actually mentioned this on the Matchday Live, every break that Arsenal get, say if it's like there's an injury to another player, they are around him and he is given instructions where to break it down, where to play, what to attack, where the weakness is. even if the game's been on for like 5 minutes, and I love that. Like, and the players are. It's not like one player's looking away or he's not interested. They are in it. I love that. I could never attack Arteta for that. So when pundits do it, it's just like Richard Keys, and like you just mentioned there, sometimes the negative comes from not from AFTV, but people think it is from AFTV. But no, there's other media outlets with opinions that just are nonsense. I remember when we gave Ethan Nwaneri, we broke the record for the youngest player, and people were saying, "Oh, he's just doing it for his ego." Arteta's doing it for, like,
but when Conte does it, it's fine.
Bro.
When Conte does it, it's not a problem. When Sir Alex Ferguson used to do it, it's not a problem.
Amen.
When Jose used to do it, not a problem. But when Arteta does it now, and I'm just thinking to myself, what is wrong with him doing his job? Bro, his job is to coach not only prior to the game with game tactics and to do the coaching, but bro, in the game, in-game tactical changes. That's what makes you an elite manager. Yeah. I'm not saying Arteta is, but what I'm saying is he sees things in the games, little tweaks, little things that work. Don't go here. Play the ball here a bit quicker. Pass
Expose him.
Punch the ball in a bit quicker. Zinchenko, maybe just moving a little bit onto the right. This is what makes elite manager, because you can see and you can make those tactical adjustments in the game. I don't see what the problem is.
I don't get it either.
I don't get why.
I don't get it. And we know from the interviews from players that Arteta, he's very like pedantic on everything. He is a
meticulous.
Freak. He's meticulous. Meticulous. That's what I was looking for. On everything, he is a freak. That's what Jack said. He's a freak when it comes to coaching. So, what do you expect? That's good. I need that detail. Listen, we're top of the Premier League for these small margins. Let me tell you that. That's a fact.
Let me say, I saw a simulated version of the league that would finish obviously after the fitting games, and we finished on the same points. I think it was 80 points, same as Man City. With goal, we lost on goal difference. Bro, if Arteta can make a difference to get us that extra goal to win the league, I'm happy. I don't understand why anybody, non-Arsenal or Arsenal fan, would complain about it, because he's doing his job. He's coaching his players. Bro, it's like he's like the father of this team.
I was about to go into that.
Bro, like
he protects them.
He protects them, and at the end of the day, he's meant to do his job. If he was sitting there just doing nothing, I'm like, bro, we'll get up and do something. Make a sub. Tell them what to do. That they need, that you're an extension of the team. You know, like, come on, bro. Like, people are moaning about this guy.
It's annoying because like you said, if it was a more experienced coach, if it was like Klopp or anything, no one would really say anything.
Nothing.
Say anything about
bro,
it. So
Klopp ran on the pitch, went in the last minute against Everton and jumped on Alisson and hugged him. Bro. Nah, but how?
No, I hear it loud.
He ran in game. The game was still going, bro. How is that even possible? I didn't see nothing from Richard Keys.
No, nothing. He loves to chat about it. He
ran on the pitch when the game was still playing. When Origi scored the last minute winner against Everton.
No, I remember.
I don't understand, because the ball looped up and it hit the crossbar, and he went in. Origi just tapped it in. I'm like, hold on, he's on the, all right, no problem. Emotions, good, fine.
Whatever, but no one says anything about that?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. It's a joke. It always seems like, you know, it's Arsenal, it's an agenda towards it. And listen, I've done an interview with Andy Gray and Richard Keys on beIN Sports, but regardless of that, still, come on, bro, get in check, man. Come on, stop all this. Like, stop all this. You're making up nonsense now. You're trying to pick faults and stuff. And quickly, I'm gonna go back to this, just what this live is about, the statement, just quickly. We've got a lot to get through. We've covered a lot in this first 36 minutes, so we're gonna get through some bits. Again, just to highlight everyone, Arsenal have been charged by the FA over the conduct of players following the late penalty appeal for the handball against Newcastle. I'm just gonna read the official thing here. Regulation and discipline update. Arsenal FC have been charged with a breach of FA rules E20.1 following its Premier League match against Newcastle United on Tuesday, the 3rd of January. It's alleged that Arsenal failed to ensure that its players conducted themselves in an orderly fashion during the 95th minute, and the club has until the 10th of January to respond. It's interesting because we are going to move forward about the midfield options and stuff and all that, but I remember saying in that match that I was watching the game here in the studio, saying like, I like when the team, now I know this is the high level of football, and we do this, you see this in Sunday League, when a decision is made, or like when something happens, the players get round the ref to try and sway the decision. I know, you know, we shouldn't think like that, but if you look at that ref from the start of the game, the way he was being persuaded, I saw it from Bruno Guimaraes was going at him, and he seemed like he was getting swayed by the Newcastle players. So when I saw them surround him on the 95th minute, I thought that was a good thing, but I know we didn't get the penalty in the end, but I like to see that. I don't think we did anything out of line. If you're appealing and you're saying shout at the ref, no one put their hands on the ref. Like, they want a decision, go check it. At least got, like, that's what they want to do. I don't see how that's being fine. There's so happens in every game.
You know, I
can't believe we're being charged.
I want to ask you. I wonder when the FA is going to charge the referee that refereed the game against Arsenal and Newcastle for his poor performance. when I want everybody to go and tweet the FA, and I want to see. When I think his name was it Hansley, I think his surname.
I can't even remember.
I want to know when he's getting hit, because there's some sort of betting corruption going on with that. I'm telling you, the fact that he gave away so many yellow cards,
oh my days,
so many yellow cards in the space of 3-4 minutes. There's some corruption going on with that. So I want to know when he's going to get fined. Yeah. I want to know when he's going to be investigated, because before you do anything with Arsenal, you need to look at your industry. You need to look at your employees, because that don't make no sense to me.
Look at yourself.
Look at yourself first.
Putting your, judging other people.
Listen,
look in the mirror, big man.
One of the greatest artists. You need a man in the mirror.
Yeah,
bro, listen. I don't understand how an organization can allow your employees to be so incompetent and get away with such stupidness, but then fine Arsenal for what? I as you said, I actually don't get it.
I don't get it.
And again, we talk about being human. We talk about playing football. Everybody in the chat, I'm sure everybody's going to watch this. You've played football. You love football because of what? The emotion. You love football because of the drama. You love football, or sports even. Forget football. You love sports. You love all of these things because it's entertainment. There's an actual winning, losing, a reaction that you have, joy or loss. Now, if we take that away, bro, you might as well just not watch sport. You might not do anything. If you take away any emotion, you take away all of these things out of football, out of life, you're soulless, you're crap, it's
Amen.
nonsense.
Amen.
I don't even that. Again, I don't get it. I don't understand what they just want people to just sit there. Yeah, he's the person in the middle, and like that's it. No arguing back. No saying this. No saying that. It's nonsense, man.
It's nonsense. Listen. I got a little super chat here from Manchild. Says United got fined for way less, guys. It's how it is. I just want to know what was the biggest thing. What was the reason why?
What game?
I can't remember. I don't know. Manchild, let me know what game and what they got charged for, because I don't remember that. I just want to know what made the FA think, oh, that's not right. They need to be charged for that, because, like I said at the beginning, the 95th minute, it's 0-0 against Newcastle United. Arsenal on top of the Premier League, going for the title, and it's a last-minute penalty shout. No one touched. I don't think anyone physically touched the ref. Unless you've got clips, please tag me to show me what was so outrageous. I don't know. I would have reacted. I would have went around the ref, said ref, that's a. I didn't see him swear, I didn't see any spin towards him, no physical touch. So of course they're going to appeal. What was so outrageous? I'd love to really know, because I can't believe we're getting charged for that. But that is the main news. I don't really know why, and I don't know why. I see comments saying, why is everyone against us? And it's true.
What's the repercussion? What, we just get fined money?
Yeah, I suppose it's going to be a charge. So we'll have to. I think we've got to wait to respond. But I'm assuming we're going to be charged a high bit of money. Yeah. On top of the yellow card fines that the players are going to have to pay as well for being booked, which some of them which are outrageous.
Again, the FA, they get the money, not putting it back
into bettering the officials.
There's no expertise money that's going to go to. It's not going to grassroots. It just goes into their back pocket.
Yeah,
it almost like they fabricate these things just to put more money in their back pocket. Because I need to understand, as I said, if you want to tag Cecil, tag me in on a Twitter, and just so I know what it is that Arsenal did that was so bad that we need to be fined as a whole institution. A whole institution for that 95th, that one incident. Are you telling me it was that bad?
Bro, I don't
get it. So for me, and if the money was going to go for somewhere, as I said, for grassroots in a third world country, in the UK, because we know that the football clubs and the non-league is up there going out and they're struggling, or they was going to put it back into the incompetent referees, like anything. That would make sense. Yeah. But you're just going to put it in your back pocket.
Okay, yeah. That's getting very deep now. Where's the money going?
Where's the money even going, bro? Bruv, no, you vex me, bro.
But where's that money going? Why am I paying this? Yeah, no, I hear that. Let me quickly just go. Sadiq says, Cecil, Chelsea versus Man United. Chelsea got a penalty awarded and United players protested. That's what it was, but I still can't remember that. Wow. James Gunman says, with a super chat, big up James, says, the ref didn't even go check VAR, but he did for Newcastle. Fair enough. Listen, we are going to move on, because listen, I want to make this clear as well, because it happens online when we talk about a topic for so long. They say, oh, you lost, get over it, you're just blaming the ref. No, listen, we didn't lose, we drew. That's my bad. But Newcastle did well, defended well, but the ref was a part of it. But we're not blaming the ref for why we drew. Let's just make that very clear. I just want to make that very, very obvious. Now, I want to go to signings because it's the top topic. Robbie's out there every morning, Transfer Daily, update with you all the transfer and links to Arsenal over the January window. I do want to speak about Joao Felix and Mudryk, but I think I'm going to leave that a little bit for now. I want to go to Declan Rice because I've heard that this has a bit of legs to it. Now, you had some comments on Declan Rice, and if you think it's right and why we're going for him, I think you said at the kind of top of the show, which we'll get into your thoughts and feelings. I spoke with Robbie about it today in the office, and I said, does he go straight in? If we sign him, does he go straight in? Does Xhaka just get binned straight to the bench then? And he was like, yeah, of course. And I was like, oh, I don't know about that one. And Robbie was certain that if we sign Declan Rice, he goes straight in. Xhaka lose it, he just has to hold the bench. But I think I may lean to that side that I may want that, but do I think Arteta will do that? I don't know, Declan Rice, Lee, talk to me.
Before you even go about if he's going to come into the team or not, bro, I don't even believe the links. These loose links, I don't believe that, bro. I'll be honest.
Swear, yeah?
With Declan Rice, I just think that is just so far-fetched, bro. I don't see how West Ham are going to, even now or in the summer, going to sell their captain. I don't know how many.
No, but he might want the move. He might. I've heard it was linked to maybe United. I don't think he'll go Chelsea.
But I think he's a standalone 6, and I don't look at him as a box to box.
Okay.
I don't also look at it's weird. I don't look at him as a destroyer, but I don't look at him as a box to box. It's weird. He's got this kind of.
I hear that.
He's got this kind of he's like a deep line. Not even a deep line playmaker. He's just that rotational. He's like, what do you call those? Like water carriers, I think they call. He's like a water carrier. He just constantly wins the ball back, but he's not a DM. He's not a DM. But
if I was to say Jude Bellingham, does he fit?
He's a box to box. Oh, listen, Bellingham, bro. Listen, now that's powers. Bellingham is different, but I'm not even going to dream about that one.
There's no links to him. But I'm just trying to gauge your mindset of where does Declan Rice fit?
I'm not too sure whether Declan Rice is the player that we need right now. And that's not me saying he's not great. I'm not that high up on him either. I'm not that high.
He's technically
he's amazing, but he's a good player. But I just think for what Arsenal are doing and where we're going right now, is he that multifunctional player? Because we have to think about it. Every single player that plays for Arsenal pretty much plays in one or two positions. They're like Swiss Army knives. Yeah. You think about other than the goalkeeper. To be honest,
no, Ramsdale, don't get twisted. Man, on the feet with his feet.
Listen, every single player can play in one. You think about Ben White, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Saliba can even play in that sort of third kind of right back, third defender, central defender. You think about Odegaard, 8-10. ESR, you can play in that false number 9, number 8, you can play on the left, Martinelli in the middle. Listen, I can keep going on and on and on. Like Saka plays every single position, bro.
Everywhere.
Like Jesus on the right, in the middle. Like we have so many, and I just don't know whether or not Declan Rice fits into that mold of a player that can play. I don't look at him as a number 8. I don't. I look at him as a standalone 6. And if he is that kind of player, I'm not too sure whether Arsenal will go and do that, because even Xhaka, I know he's not great. He's played in the 6. He's played in the 8. He plays in the 10 sometimes for Switzerland. You think of Partey, box to box. He played in the he's played. That's just my thing. That is my thing. I don't know whether Arsenal are going to go for a player like that, because I don't know whether or not we want those standalone specialists. I think we want Swiss Army knives. They can play a multitude of positions. They can do a multitude of things.
Can Arteta not mould him to be that, or is he not at the time?
I just think that he's a number 6, and I don't see us going for someone like him. I see Arsenal.
Does he improve Arsenal? Sorry to cut you there.
He's a quality player, man. He's a quality player. But I'll be honest, with the money that they're gonna ask for, bro, I'll rather go for someone like Kudus, bro. I think Kudus is absolute, from the Ghanaian player from Ajax. I think he's absolute mustard, top quality. I think someone like him. Bring him to the Emirates, man. He is brilliant. He can play in a second striker role, false number 9, centre mid, left. He played in a fantastic game for Ghana against, I think it was Uruguay, even though they lost. Really good on the left-hand side. He made the absolute big difference. For me, bring someone like Kudus, man.
Okay, I like that. I'm going to quickly just we're gonna move on from Declan Rice. I would like him just so it's on the record, and I feel like there's some legs to it. Let me just go to just quickly, briefly, João Felix and Mudryk. I know that they're the main links that we're gonna hear about throughout this whole January. George Mendes is Felix's agent, obviously, and there's a link there with United. Do you see? And then Mudryk obviously been linked to Chelsea. Do you see these clubs stealing these players from us, or do we have enough? Let's call it the process. Is there enough in our process to say that you're not worried about if Arsenal really want these players, they can get them? Or do you actually think, you know what, Chelsea could just throw a load of money at it. United, I think as well, actually, if I'm honest, could just throw a lot of money at it. Are you worried about losing out on these players because of our competitors, really?
Mudryk, I'm not worried about. I'm more worried that he's going to just stay at Shakhtar because they're not going to accept what we give them. Cool. I don't think there's any possibility of him going to Chelsea. The player wants Arsenal, and it's not to say that we are this and that and Chelsea or nothing club, but I just think that when a player wants the club and the amount of off panty that he's done for Arsenal, listen, bro, like man has been bending over. Listen, bro,
word open spit like.
Listen, blood, you know what I listen, bro. Yeah, just leg up of them.
You wouldn't want that though, innit? If you're a Chelsea fan, you would not want. Exactly. If he's like, cool. We've got him now.
But you know what?
It's so hard though. You would not want him there.
Chelsea don't have no decorum.
Yeah,
they bought Arsenal's captain with the Arsenal badge on the man's arm. Then he kissed the badge.
And now I love you, Obama, but you're stinking.
Listen, man, he's stinking, bro. I'm like, you know what? Is that you playing?
My double, big up, big up.
I'm like, yo, Cecil, bro, come out the pitch, man. Where you got Aubameyang hidden, bro. Nah, but like, listen, for me, they got no decorum, man. They just
want to steal
anything. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about Chelsea getting Mudryk, but I'm worried about Shakhtar keeping him.
Yeah,
Felix, I think we're gonna get him. I'm very confident.
Would you be hurt if he goes to United? Would that hurt you if he goes to United?
It would hurt me if he goes to United, only because I think he can make a difference for us. But listen, Man United, they pay everyone 300k. They pay everyone 400k.
Well, they pay the kit man 300k.
Listen, man, like I'm hearing all the tea lady's been there 25 years because she's still on like 90k from the last 25 years, bro. Yeah, so bro. Listen, man, it is what it is. But if we don't get him, we need to get somebody. Yeah. We can't go throughout the season. And my thing is, listen, and I know even another cheeky plug for you. You obviously was with Stan Kroenke in America, and when you actually did meet them, you obviously kind of was asking about transfers, and there was loose links to whether it was going to get players or not. But Stan Kroenke, they own the LA Rams. Last season, they won the Super Bowl. January, they made a big move, and they got Von Miller from Denver Broncos. They ain't stupid. When they know they're in a position,
they know how to keep.
Anyone that watches NFL, hashtag F them picks. The reason why is because they got rid of their picks because they gave those picks to Denver to get Von Miller because they wanted to win now. They were in a win now mode, and they paired up Von Miller with Aaron Donald, and they won it. They won the championship. I don't believe that they're going to go throughout January with the brilliant position we're in without getting at least a signing.
See, it's a mad thing, and they even pulled in Odell Beckham as well last.
Exactly. Another player.
They won the Super Bowl. So they know what they're doing now. They know how to do things commercially. I think Stan's, again, I don't think he's very involved. I was speaking with Josh. I think Josh is very involved, and it does bode the question of last January what went wrong there though, and I think it was a lesson they learned because they should have invested. They should have got a striker to replace Aubameyang. But I feel like this season, from the energy Arteta's given in press conferences and from just the way they've been speaking, I feel like they are going to invest, and they understand where they're at, and you know, I guess their target is now to try and win the league. I don't see why not.
It has to be to try and win the league. The famous saying, "You aim for the moon, aim for the stars, and you aim for the moon." Yeah, man. Like, listen, go for the top, and if you fall yourself down, no one can moan at you for not trying. No one's not going to moan at Arteta if you don't win the league because you've got everything, and stuff happens, you know, like, and that's what we want. Truthfully, deep down in your Arsenal soul and heart, when you saw 5th last season, there's no way you said next season we're going to be up there. Bro, everybody knows me, bro. I said I was finishing 3rd at least. Everybody knows that I said I was going to finish 3rd because I just thought that all the other teams were so poor that we would be better.
But challenging for the title.
No, not challenging for the title.
That is a mad thing. That is from 2-8 finishes to 5th, and then thinking, yeah, don't worry, next season we got this. And I mean this before the whole signings. Obviously, when we saw pre-season, I had a little inkling that, yo, we're gonna be
we were popping.
Problem.
We were popping.
That Chelsea game when I was in all, I said,
we were popping.
This is mad.
No, it wasn't even the Chelsea. It was that Sevilla game, bro.
I was like, yeah, listen, forgot about that.
That one there, yeah, we were cooking, bro.
I don't know.
Because remember the first game, you were in Germany, bro.
Yeah, Nuremberg. Yeah,
and we were horrible first half, and then second half turned up.
Crazy,
yeah. And since then, I was like, I just knew. I knew.
Mad. It was mad. Let me. We are coming towards the end. It's 7 minutes till the hour, but I want to finish up by speaking about the No More Red. Yeah, we saw this last season. Now, big up Shorts because he's in the campaign. Big up Shorts, obviously a regular here on AFTV as well. You can see him on the promotional campaign, the push. He does a lot of work in the community, and I've seen it firsthand as well. Got to give him his time and his flowers, bro, because he does a lot, and he does a lot for the Arsenal community as well. So big him up. He's on the campaign. He's got a shirt. Give me the shirt, Short, you pig.
I need that, bro.
I need that. But yeah, big him up. They're currently rolling it out, and there is a bit of an omen to it because we lost last season against Nottingham Forest wearing a No More Red campaign, the all white tops. But Oxford, we're going to be wearing it again. Let me just read the whole splurge on it. You can see it on your screen right now. Nice, the images are coming up. So, Adidas and Arsenal have launched the next chapter of our No More Red campaign, an initiative first launched in January 2022 to support the long-standing work being done by the Arsenal and the community to help keep young people safe from knife crime and youth violence. To mark the second year of the campaign, our men's first team will wear on the pitch version of the kit in the FA Cup tie away to Oxford United on Monday the 9th of January. Our women's team will support the initiative by wearing the No More Red pre-match training kit anthem jackets against Chelsea on Sunday, January 15th. The kit will never be commercially available and only be awarded to individuals who are making a positive difference in the community. George, you're lucky, boy. That's a nice top.
Yeah, just on your last point, I'll be honest, George is not lucky, bro. He's brilliant for doing what he's doing.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
And big up to him. And look, like, people won't understand because, and it's nice that we're ending on this, people won't understand if you don't live in London, unfortunately, because you don't know London life. You don't know what people are going through in terms of the amount of crime that's going on in the world.
Yeah, amen. I know that first time.
People don't understand about like what happens with our youth in London. And it happens all over the world. But I can only talk because I live in London. I've always, for the most of my life, I've lived in London. And for what Arsenal and what the people are doing in the community to kind of keep the kids off the street, if people don't know, I'm a school teacher, so this even hits home for me because trying to keep kids motivated to keep kind of like keep off the street and make a career for themselves, make a life for themselves, it is a real life-changing thing, and there are youth clubs that are kind of being closed down and money that's being taken away from the government for other things, which is obviously unfortunate. Me and you, we grew up with youth clubs and outside activities that we could do, so we didn't have to get involved in silly things. So listen, man, like there's a real problem going on within London and around the world, but again, I'm going to stick with London. And listen, what this initiative is just to kind of highlight that and promote that we are, and people out there, young black youth, white youth, Oriental, Asian, all over the world that are coming over to this country, Londoners, not maybe born in this country, refugees, all sorts of people are trying to make a difference for Londoners, the youth. So big up to everybody for Arsenal, and big up to us at Adidas as well for like kind of being part of it, man.
Highlighting and doing a proper, this is a proper initiative.
Campaign,
it's not like it's a,
and it's not even
we'll wear an armband or whatever. This is a full, like, they're taking over a match day and whatnot. It's massive.
What credit to Arsenal, man, because it could have been a 1 year thing, and just to show face. Like, it's been last year and they're continuing on this year, and they're showing the way, and it's not fake. Sure, we know, like, he's doing it. He's doing. He went out to America to do stuff. So listen, man, big up to the community. Big up to Arsenal for this initiative. And listen, man, young youth out there. There's always a way out. There's always ways that you can obviously bet yourself and get in touch with the people from Arsenal that are trying to make a difference within your borough, man.
100%.
It's big, man. Big up.
And lastly, on that note, let's hope we get a win in that kit this time.
Hey, listen.
I like it so much. If we're losing it again, I won't like that kit.
No, that kit's getting bun, bro. Listen, and Shorts, I'm coming to your yard to get that t-shirt. I'm bun it, bro.
Trust me, if we win, all good. It's all nice. But big up Arsenal, big up the Adidas as well, because I know they're pushing this campaign a lot. And like you said, it's good that they're continuing it. It could have just been a one season thing. They lost
promotional, man.
But no, they're continuing it, and big up everyone doing stuff in the community, because listen, people need it. It raises raises kids, the community. As they say, a village raises a child, but yeah, it was also the community that you come from. So big up them. We are hitting the end of the show. I mean, that's kind of it, really. Thank you, everyone that's obviously joined. Guna Lee, big up. It's good to have you back.
Listen, man, my
good
guy,
to see you. I mean, it's good to have me back, but good to see you.
No, listen, it's good to have him back, bro. But you know what? Listen, man, life's good at the moment, man. We're still top. We're 5 points clear, man. And listen, man, you've had a life-changing experience over the kind of December period. But now we need to come back to Arsenal, bro.
Yeah.
And
I'm here, bro.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. Let's hope that we can
continue.
Bro, we can just beat these smuggy Man City fans. And bro, please, bro, like
imagine
it needs to happen, man.
Let's leave on that note. Just imagine, if we would. I always do this. I always just close my eyes and think, boy. It would just be.
Listen, bro. There's a video of you, doing your mad samba team. Where,
I'll be going. I'll be.
Bro. Listen, man. I'll
be getting Edu to be sambering with me. What I tell you, if we win, it's a mad thing.
Listen, I'll be doing unforgivable things, bro. And we should leave it on that note, bro. I'll tell you that, bro.
Leave it on that, people. Thank you very much. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you again very soon.
Peace.
Take care, love.